Victory or death! Your soul shall be mine!
Small things, like playing a Haunted Creeper while you have Knife Juggler in hand, is really nice. Wow. Not as big a deal as it looks. Thanks to spiders.
Why do you fall?
This is just like one of the small ways to get in that extra 1 to 5 points of damage. If he plays Fire War Axe, now he has to take 1 extra point of damage.
Back to work!
You get to know general rules of Azir.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
And just general good tactics and trading
The
moves.
light protects me.
So I really encourage newer players. This is a good place to start this deck. It's cheap, you learn a lot of the basics, and it's legend worthy. And you get to know a lot about the concept of card advantage, and truly appreciate the art of trading life for damage. Other decks do it differently, but this one does it the most basically possible.
Why do you fall? For the War Chief!
Alright. There's 2 branching cases here. One is that I get the knife off, in which case I will take the risk of the Dark Iron Dwarf. The other case is this case, in which case I will tap instead. Okay.
Take heart. The Earth Mother is near.
My shield for Argus!
A slow way to have ramped up, but a very secured board. A slow way to have played the hand, but a secure board.
Armor made to fit.
Darn. Alright.
Who dares summon me?
So that's 5, 9, 11, 15, 16. This Armor Smith, it could be bad for me, but I think it's not that big a threat in order to not spend 4 damage on him. Ooh. And the winner, Nerubian. Alright.
All of points.
That will actually work.
Your soul shall be mine.
That is a fantastic hand. This is like the best hand.
Sadly, the name Pink Spear Tribe was already taken.
You can see that the Zoo's played in different ways, and you might play it wrong. Some people in chat suggested Coin Juggler, turn 2 double flame him. The downside of that is you actually end up doing less damage because the knives only deal 2 damage for 1. For 2, if your guy gets Wrath, then you're really sad. So it is just a losing play all around. In this case, even though I could trade, it's just too much damage. And he's killing a 3-2 either way, so might as well not. Here he might have to trade a 3-3 into a 3-1, which is not a trade he wanted to do, but might be one he's forced to. Do I want to play around second swipe? He was, I think, considering right this way. Okay.
Where shall I strike?
Alright, so there's the scenario where the hits and then I trade 1 for 1. In the case that it doesn't hit, then I'll have wasted the buff. Still the right thing to do, I'd say.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Alright, and then in this case, I can get 1 extra damage in by doing this and then this. Some people might have traded in the wrong order and missed out on half the damage.
You call that a
Didn't even use the hero ability, but it's there for you to refill at the end.
Watch your back.
Your soul shall be mine.
Alright, get rid of that one, and probably that one. Hope to get 2 1s. Alright, let me address a few common questions, those who've just joined in, since it's obviously very popular. Why did I switch to Zoo? I came to the realization that I was just playing an inferior Zoo with Rogue, because even though I tried to compensate for the late game draw with cards like Gnomish Inventor and Azure Drake, it just wasn't quite enough and wasn't consistent enough to compare with the life tap of the Warlock. Why is there a Hellfire in this deck? It's because there's a lot of Zoo running around, so having one around is a nice utility card to sometimes flip the board on its heels. That's usually the point of running one of a card in a deck. It's like something called a silver bullet, where if you draw it in the right situation, sometimes it's good, and ideally your silver bullets find play otherwise. It can be used for 3 damage, which is useful. Sometimes you clear other boards which aren't yours. It happens. Interesting. I wonder if he's got a value deck. Most likely scenario is Soulfire is getting discarded this game.
You call that a
I might be willing to risk the Soulfire if he... I will risk the Soulfire if he plays an Azure Drake, which is the common play on turn 5. As fun as Soulfire into Doomguard is, I don't want to take that risk. Actually, it's not even that much better, since it's trading 4 damage on him for 1 card in your hand, which is, eh. Should be a tough card for him to handle.
This guy's toast.
If I had all the cards,
We must cleanse
what changes
the
would I make
Sunwell.
this deck? Absolutely none. Similar answer to my Control Rogue. This deck is reliant on efficient early minions, of which there's not that many legends which do. In fact, there are not any, strictly. Nor are there really epics. They tend to do more complex things, which isn't necessary in this one. It's just a basic run efficient minion deck. There are some extreme metagames where you want to put in a Black Knight, if there's like all the Druids. There's some metagames where you'd want to put in Loathad. There's a lot of Miracle. There's even some metagames where you want to put in Millhouse Manastorm if there's a lot of Zoo. So, times change. But overall, your vanilla Zoo, this is it.
For Doomhammer, your soul shall be mine.
I can square into Direwolf Alpha, that's fine. No reason to keep the second one. When going first. Otherwise I would have loved it when going
The
second.
light protects me.
Put this apple on your
I
head.
fight.
It's a tough call between putting out the Knife Juggler and the Direwolf Alpha. Alright, so here there's going to be a bit of RNG involved.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
It's all centered around whether or not I can get the knife to hit the second time.
I fight.
It would be really huge because then I would save a Knife Juggler. Okay, this actually spends the mana better, but I can do that and tap. But I want to get rid of the hand ASAP. Getting 1 knife on either of these would be good. Because the other one can be... Oh, actually this one also spawns like... Okay.
I fight.
Knife Juggler is on point. Alright, next turn he has access to 4 mana. I just gotta make sure I don't get Lightning Stormed too insanely, and even in the worst Lightning Storm, 3 of these minions survive guaranteed, which means he loses. The important one was probably that Harvest Gloam gets 2 damage. 1 damage. That is 3 damage. To me, though. Which isn't quite the same thing.
the hunt begin. Your soul shall be mine.
The light protects me.
I should use the buff.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
This is unlikely to be a turn 5 Doomguard, because when I play Doomguard, I'm pretty much guaranteed to have 2 other cards in my hand.
We must cleanse the Sunwell. I fight.
Alright, I'll break it on 2 damage. Mostly because it protects the other gals. Got some spooky Naxxramas spiders. Good place to play Defender of Argus before attacking into him.
Push forward. Push forward.
Because it counters Explosive Trap. Freezing Trap, though. Not so good. But still fun. Oh no, it's low with them! My spells, they're gonna cost... Oh, jeez. Okay. Now the question here is whether or not to kill low with them. And the answer is no, because I have my Garth Taunt. The worst case is he could play a Houndmaster on this guy and then do that, but that would be a better play than the Lotheb, so I think I conclude he doesn't have it. I'm tempted between Doomguard and Direwolf Alpha Harvest Golem. I'm even a little tempted to play Nerubian Egg. I think Nerubian Egg might be too slow for this particular stage, so I'm gonna do this.
Push forward.
I should have placed the Harvest Golem on the right side. Past the Shattered Sun Cleric though, since that one's gonna die. So I might end up missing 1 damage. I will end up 1 damage less. So that's 1, 4, 6, 8, 12. So because of my lack of 1 damage, I could miss lethal here. Goes to show some consequences. 2, 5, 7. Oh, that's lethal anyways. Okay, fine. 2, 5, 7, 12, 13. I suppose I didn't have it. Then be. Oh wait, but that's also 6. Whatever. 1 damage is a damage. It matters a lot of the times. Or you might be 1 damage off lethal.
For Doomhammer, your soul shall be mine.
Egg into Cleric, too slow. And Shamans have Earthshock. If I had a 1-drop, I might have considered that.
The light protects me.
Coin Haunted Creeper against Argent Scar. That's pretty good. I think I have to believe if he had the Earthshock, he'd have used it. No, that's not necessarily true. I got 2 major plays here. Direwolf Alpha, go kill that one. I think that's better, since it kills a potentially Earthshock enabling totem. Plus I can't kill this turn anyways, and I can kill it next turn. The ordering can be important. Come on, 2 damage. There's Shack. There. So it didn't actually matter, though he may have been more inclined to save it.
Put this apple on your head.
In the other case.
My shield for Argus.
Not quite the time for Soulfire. To the face.
Tazdingo! Yes!
I think I will still save the Soulfire. Mostly because I now have a guaranteed way to kill it. I risk drawing another Soulfire but it's basically Soulfiring his face right now, which I don't think is that valuable.
Possibility. Get in there and fight, maggot!
Oh, almost played it in the wrong spot.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Alright, that's a good target for Soulfire.
The light protects me.
Get in there and fight, maggot! Sever my wrath! As you
Push forward.
This deck is just so much better than Control Rogue. My goodness. So in a way, I'm glad that I tried out the Control Rogue.
My shield for Argus.
It truly lets me appreciate the power of the zoo. As the Rogue, it's like, oh man, I get a top-decked Argent Square, but as Warlock, bam! Now I can spend all the mana. It's so amazing.
Push forward.
Into the breach.
Wait, do I have lethal? No. 2, 4, and then that's 1, 4. No, of course not.
Into the breach. The breach.
as you command. You call that a weapon?
See, I was going to break this, but I just realized that it's valuable anti-AoE.
So many possibilities. You call that a weapon?
I have 4, 5, 8, 10, 13 damage without, so there's no real point.
I fight. The light protects me.
Alright.
I fight. I fight.
A paltry task.
Push forward.
Into the breach.
Your soul shall be mine. Your soul shall suffer.
To some extent, this is quite therapeutic. The first 2 games I played with Zoo, for ranked, I lost, but now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 game win streak. That's a lot of win streak.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
The light protects me.
Voidwalker ended up being very annoying there.
One shot, one kill.
Okay, my choice of playing Defender of Argus or Hearthstone Cleric. Since I drew another Defender, I should get this out of my hand. Also, it forces him to run into the egg, which is nice. Also, the Hearthstone Cleric dies to the 2-3, whereas the 2-3 does not die to the 2-3.
You call that a weapon?
Very strong turn for him. It's gonna be pretty tough to come back from this unless I draw my own Soulfire.
We must cleanse the
This is a matchup where there's this one guy in chat who's trying to innovate Zoo by cutting out this Soulfire, but it is the key card in Zoo vs. Zoo. You often play that on turn 1 against your opponent's Flame Imp. It's just incomprehensible. Alright, try to get Soulfire. 468. No other legitimate place.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
My shield for Argus!
Darn, the only thing that could take down the Zoo was Zoo.